Look, it's nothing different than what goes on in most normal people's heads. These perverts, these freaks. You read about them all the time. The dentist that feels up the woman.
The dentist story we had about a month ago.
Oh, my God. The doctor that just, is examining a woman, and he's, not even a guy that should be given breast exams, but, he's grabbing her boobs. He's grabbing crotch. He's getting her naked. He's the dentist puts the woman under anesthesia, and she wakes up and she's a little askew. She's feeling dirty for some reason.
Her clothes are a little
off.
Because because when you violate a woman when she's under laughing gas, you
expert.
No, you still have to put her back together.
You got to put her clothes back on.
You just don't do it quite right.
Do you know something? I don't think a lot of guys know. Women adjust themselves in bras, and they know where their boobs are in those bras at all times. Yeah. You ever sleep maybe in your underwear and you wake up and maybe you were rolling around and your underwear twisted around sideways? Could you imagine waking up in the dentist chair and all of a sudden your underwear are like that? You would know there was some shenanigans going on, Do
you call it shenanigans?
A little hanky-panky, perhaps? But you would know something happened. I'm sure women wake up and go, my boobs just don't feel right in the bra. Like the nipple isn't pulled up enough. They're a little bent in there or something,
But they smell like the dried saliva smell you get when you lick something. You know that awful smell of dried saliva on skin?
But the fascination I have with these people, like the dentist story, all of a sudden everything is normal. Everything's fine. The teeth cleaning is going on and what have you.
He's a dentist.
He's the dentist doing an examination, and all of a sudden a switch goes off in his head, and he just loses his mind for a few seconds, and then his whole career is fucked.
Just gone. Gone in a flash.
Because the switch just goes off in his head.
Well, like any normal person, you walk the streets, you're at your job, just like the dentist or something. You look at an attractive woman and go, wow, I would love to see those breasts. Or, whoa, what a great ass on that girl. I wonder what it looks like if her pants are pulled down, a thong or something. Most people just think that. This guy is thinking that. She's laying in the chair maybe. He's looking, and then he's like, all right, she needs a filling. I think this bicuspid's a little... I gotta feel those tits! I gotta feel the tits!
And then he does.
Little, hope I gave her enough Novocaine. Yeah, I'm seeing a little darkness on that back molar. I got snatch. I'm going to squeeze her snatch. I gotta feel this snatch. They just lose their minds. You women don't even know what you do to guys. And these pervs, that's what happens. And we have the latest guy.
Yeah, an old-timer.
An old-timer. Oldie-timer.
Well, they're seeing women passed out, too, all the time, which has got to be hard to be... You're a doctor, and they're just laying there with their legs open and a little... How do you not touch?
The women...
Is that a pervert, I'm saying? I don't know.
They're laying in that dentist chair. They got the little thing. Maybe the gas is going in. Their mouth is open a little bit. Cleavage, perhaps. You're seeing a little bit. You're working on the mouth. The mouth is very sensuous. It's very sexy. And you're working on that mouth.
Not when you're digging plaque out of it, it's not.
Well, I'm not talking about a plaque-ridden mouth. Perhaps it's just maybe the girl needs her braces taken off.
Jesus. or maybe the tooth fairy came.
All right, Jesus, Jimmy.
And the breasts are right there. So you're working and... okay, let's look at this. I'll check the x-ray because I think I saw a spot on that. I gotta feel up these tits. God damn it, what nice tits.
But I'm getting that. Thank you.
You just lose your mind.
Thank you for helping me out because, the switch just goes off in the head.
Click.
Yeah. It's not on a dimmer.
No.
We all have dimmers. Like, you think it. But you're able to, before you get that dimmer all the way up and you're going to do something crazy, you bring it back down.
Enough time goes by while the dimmer's going up for you to realize, oh, my God, I'm going to jeopardize my job.
Right.
You're in the dentist. You're working on her tooth. Maybe you're taking that sharp little pick thing and you're picking at something. And then you look and go, God, this girl's got an attractive set of kids aren't down there, but all right, I'll scrape here, I'll do that. You know, you think that the dimmer went up a little, but you realize, I better slide this down. What a nice body on this girl. My God, I wonder if she's single or married.
Right.
All right, I'll check this molar.
But anyway, all right, back to my job. Okay.
Let me get the X-rays.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. You know, I'll go. You know, I believe if we take another X-ray of this. Holy shit, tits! I'm grabbing them. You can't just flip the pervert switch. But these guys in that second just completely jeopardize their job is gone. You gotta have some kind of gray area that common sense can delve into and maybe talk you down. Don't do that.
This could be the biggest laugh I've had on the show. Oh my God, it's the biggest laugh.
Nice skin. Oh my God, I think her button was open on top of her. I could see down her. Better not look. I'm professional.
All right, this is the dimmer, right?
This is the guy.
That we all have.
Talks it down.
Okay.
You're able to common sense talk yourself down. As opposed to, she does have a little flash on there. I clamp down, make sure this equipment is. My God, these nipples! I have to suck them. I gotta suck her tits. Ding! Job over. Career over. In jail.
Worked your whole life to get the nice, cushy dentist job.
Yeah.
And that
all your years and years of school. You're in class, you're studying, you're in your dorm, you're taking tests, you go through college, now you got to go through medical school, you go through dental school, years and years and
that's why most of the guys never do it, because they start thinking about all that stuff. Like, oh my God, know how long it took me to get to this point?
If I was
of course
insane,
I can't squeeze these tits.
Yeah, you'd go, if I was insane, I would just grab this girl's tits. But, gee, you think back, have that quick flashback to you studying in school. Endless nights of cramming for exams and you think, I'm not going to give this up just to grab those. Of course they're attractive, but could you get me the X-ray of this lovely young lady here? You know, you gotta flip that, turn that dimmer back down.
But is it being a pervert though? If all those years, how many of us would be strong enough to? I'm sure that the dimmer gets switched a little higher each time. Like maybe one time,
you think
you lie to yourself, like as you're grabbing for something, you allow your hand to brush her breast.
Oh,
and that's all you do, and you tell yourself you didn't mean it, but every time it becomes a little bit more and teeny bit more. The dimmer might move slowly over the years.
Do you think maybe some of these guys do that?
One time you have a half a hard on, you push it against her hand while she's out, real quick, and that's it.
No, I think common sense and any normal dentist, 99% of dentists surveyed, they wouldn't do anything even remotely close.
You're probably right, but hey, look, passed out girl, man, with
Yeah.
It's gotta be hard.
Well, anyway, we have another perv that was busted.
Pervert.
Now look, these perverts, these older perverts, I understand the seriousness of all this stuff.
Yeah.
Trust me. But I mean, I also see the silliness of it as well.
I love how this guy screamed out when he got arrested too.
Oh, I didn't read that part.
He put up a little fight, and he gets arrested and screams out, "You're going to ruin my life!" He knew it. Hey, at least he knew it was coming.
He knew. He was addicted to being a perv, I guess.
Yep.
So it's this guy who's on one of the subways here in New York City, and the article reads, "Sleazy geezer. Cops lead William, 72, from the Union Square subway precinct yesterday after an undercover officer spotted him allegedly pushing against schoolgirls on a train."
Oh, yeah.
Not cool, obviously, but the whole switch thing in the head, that's what I find silly,
Yeah.
He's probably sitting on the subway, and all is good with the world.
Maybe it's crowded. They're all standing up, and these schoolgirls come in, and they're wearing skirts. They're in their little schoolgirl uniforms, and looking kind of hot. And he's just standing there, and normal people, I know myself, if I was in there, I would take a look, probably even out of the corner of my eye, so as not to look like a gawking pervert, Maybe I'm looking at the billboards that are up in the train, or I'm looking out the window. Hey, what station are we going to? But meanwhile, I'm just kind of looking, going, my God, that girl's got some set of pins peeking out of her skirt, or she's has her shirt unbuttoned a little low for a little schoolgirl, doesn't she? for an 8th grader or whatever these girls were on the train.
Right,
6th graders.
6th graders. It's
No, were they? Oh,
and then you're thinking these crazy things, going, thank God no one else could read my mind.
Right, yeah.
Whew.
Thank God there's no mind
Just
readers
between
here.
me and my subconscious.
Yeah, just standing here.
Like, wow, that's some crazy thoughts I just had. Ooh. Thank God my stop is next.
But you get an old geezer pervert.
Dude,
He's got to stand there.
I really got to start reading these articles before we go on the air because there's a lot of funny things.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I kind of read through that one.
So the guy, he's on the 6 train, and all of a sudden he decided he needed to stand extremely close to a group of girls.
Yeah.
From the nearby middle school. Look, I know it's whatever, but but I'm just thinking this in my head. Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Risky business, right? Love on a train. Anyway, Tangerine Dream, by the way. Thank you.
Oh, was that it?
Yes. Yeah. So all of a sudden the switch goes off in his head, and he has to stand extremely close to the girl.
He just loses his mind in that split second.
And then one of the officers is quoted here saying there was more than enough room for him to stand away from them.
Oh, so then it must have been really creepy.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like a crowded train,
right?
Where you're kind of brushing up against people.
Where you could get a good lawyer, and he would be like, "Look, man, it was a crowded train, and there was some kind of an abrupt stop, and he bumped into her.
It's bouncing, the train's bouncing, of course."
No lawyer's taking this case. It was him and 3 girls on one car,
on
probably.
a train car, and he's right next to him.
Yeah.
Oh, creepy.
There was more than enough room for him to stand away from them, but he started pushing up against them, bumping and grinding.
Oh. He lost it.
The perv switch went off in his head.
He's looking at the girls on the train. Oh, attractive girls. And then he had to just cock on the leg.
Right.
I gotta put my cock on her leg.
It's old
Can't
man.
contain himself.
Old man crotch just like this, pushing forward.
Oh.
That old man scent coming off his skin.
Oh.
And by the way, this is why these guys should be executed. He was arrested in 1989 for molesting 8 11-year-olds.
8 11-year-olds?
So the switch didn't just go off. His switch has been on. He probably just has to dim it down so he doesn't get arrested all the time. This guy's a predator.
8 11-year-olds?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, it's awful. I don't even know why he's...
Where do you get access to these youngsters?
allowed to be on the subway. But as the train approached 77th Street...
You can't ban someone from the subway.
No, I mean, he's...
That was an old man thing to say.
No, I know.
Why is he allowed on the train?
That's Jimmy shakes his fist, yeah.
All right, you're right.
Why, you kids? They ought to ban him from the subway.
I'm thinking maybe he should have done jail time so then he wouldn't be on the subway. That's what I meant to say.
Along with the colored.
Have you been on a subway lately?
No.
Guess who the minority is? Whitey.
Really?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
As the train approached 77th Street and the girls prepared to exit, this guy grabbed at least one of the girls between her legs.
He just couldn't.
He just lost his effing mind. Knowing that he would be in deep trouble, especially with this 1989 thing that he has.
Sometimes you just gotta grab it. Probably saw a nice puffy one, right?
Whoa.
Right, Jimmy?
Yeah. Well, not someone that young would do nothing for me.
And he had to...
But a puffy one on an adult.
And then,
Listen
of course...
to you. Thou protestest too much.
Huh?
You're kind of like, well, yeah, on an older one, I would...
Well, only because you're using me as a reference point, and I know I'm such a scumbag, I had to clarify that. I don't want...
You know what? I wasn't even talking about the age of the girl. I was just talking about it's a nice one, and you got to grab it. But no, not a young one, though.
I have to be careful, because when I'm being used as a reference point, I kind of have to put the asterisk there. Like, I don't go for that.
But only the of-age women.
That's right. Yeah. I check ID before I grab a twat and kick her.
Yeah. Well,
but the perv was probably just sitting there, and all of a sudden just gets up and just starts slowly making his way over to the girls, and then the switch goes on. And then
grab that snatch! Gotta grab a snatch!
Do you think he pinched it the way your uncle holds your face? Like when he put his thumb on one cheek and his other...
Come here, booby. Come here, booby. You just grab it like that? Did she go, ooh?
Little air probably came out.
Oh, God. They talked to a few of the girls in that article, and I know one of them said that, and she was an 8th grader, and said that a lot of times they're on the train, and guys are always touching them, and she has to turn around many times and say, "Excuse me, watch your hands," or "Take your hands off me."
I mean, at this point, I don't want to be a buzzkill for everybody out there, but they really need to get rid of the Catholic schoolgirl skirts.
Well,
slow down now, Opie.
Yeah.
Don't.
I know the school administrators think it's a good idea to have a uniform, but
who does think that's a great idea?
I mean, look, I love seeing it like the next guy, but who is in charge and thinking this through?
And here's what the girls are doing too. Because I lived in Brooklyn, and there's plenty of these Catholic schoolgirls.
Where they're tying up the
dude,
because they still want to look hot for
right.
you know.
They take the white shirt
for potential boyfriends that are their age. Go ahead, sir.
Untuck it from the skirt. They unbutton the first few buttons down at the bottom of the shirt and tie it in a knot. So now it's a belly shirt. Their whole midriff is exposed. Then they take the skirt and roll it up at the waistband so it gets shorter, shorter, shorter. So now they got the rolled skirt around their waist, and then they pull them down so their thong is showing out the back. The shirt is tied up to the bottom of their tits, and their skirts are now mini skirts. They're really short. And they walk around like this. And it's a Catholic school little outfit. It's ridiculous.
You gotta have an outfit that's not sexy for school for kids, for teenage girls, man.
But somewhere this started. Someone said this is a good idea.
Well, most of them were a lot longer in the olden days. They were long skirts. Somehow they pushed it up. Who was the administrator that said, "We need to make these shorter"? And how did he get that through? You know, someone had to make them shorter.
And then Britney Spears makes that video, that one of the first ones she did, where she made it beyond cool to have the Catholic schoolgirl skirt on, and she in the video was tying it, tying the shirt in a knot.
That's what they do. And a lot of that Japanime porn. You ever see some of that stuff? Oh my God! It's all Catholic little young schoolgirls in those outfits getting banged by these big older Asian cartoon characters.
I just hate Japanimation.
Yeah! They just sit there and yell, scream as these big, large, glowing cocks are going into them, and they pull out and it's all over them. Oh yeah!
It's strangely erotic.
Strangely erotic.
All right. So there you go. That's the latest on the perv thing. But the perv switch, that's one of the funniest things I've heard on this new show, bro.
You just gotta... You can't control yourself. Please try to control yourself.
I remember one time, I didn't do anything like this, but I was giving a woman a ride. And we decided to pull over. And she wanted me to buy her beer. I said, okay. I was probably 19 at the time.
How old was she?
In her 30s. Older.
She wanted you to buy her beer?
Like, she didn't have any money.
Oh, okay.
I might have been 22.
Oh,
yeah, no. It was monetary. Okay. Oh, boy, I'm glad I cleared that up.
Yeah, I know. I want to buy a beer. What?
And she's married or whatever, she's telling me. So we pull over to talk, and I'm trying to get her to fool around with me, and I got a ride, and she's just she won't do anything. She's like, no, I can't. I got a boyfriend. But then she rubs the front of my pants real quick, and she goes, oh, like she was tempted. And the lust that ran through me. I definitely had understood at that moment how someone could just attack a girl.
You were ready to
dude, it was the purest lust I've ever felt, because from her it was real. So I dropped her off. I got her the beer. I'm not a creep, so I dropped her off, and I'm driving, and I'm so turned on, I start jacking off while I'm driving, and I'm driving down. It was in North Brunswick. It was I forget the name of the street, but I'm driving, and I'm jerking off. And then I saw my friend Dean walking, so I put my mule away real quick and pulled over and talked to him. But
I was up later.
Yeah, but I mean, I understood at that moment. That's how those things happen. You get so hit with that lust, you can't do anything about it.
Knowing you, I'm surprised you didn't say, you mind if I just take this out then and take care of myself with you in the car.
Believe me, right now, that's exactly what I do. But I was younger back then.
Like your MO.
Well, yeah, young back then I didn't.
The point I want to make here is everyone has that perv switch.
Yep.
Well, most people control it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
It's kept under control.
Kept under control.
I guess I did control it.